What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And as you can tell, I'm usually in my studio, in my room, or in my room I should say, filming one of these kind of videos. But I am currently in my living room because the house is free and a change of scenery is always nice. So basically this video is going to serve as the second update of August, and I've made the decision to do 2 update videos a month. One at the beginning of the month, one at the end of the month. And basically what that'll be, the beginning of the month will showcase the first 2 weeks of what I have planned and what I want to do, and the second video will be for the future, which means in about a week and a half there'll be a September update. Or no, how the second one's going to work is we're going to kind of recap everything that I've done this month and then kind of explain what's coming in the future very soon. And by that I mean before the month ends. But anyway, we're going to get into that. So, what have we done this month? We've gotten a lot of stuff done this month. Most importantly, the last couple of videos have been probably some of the most fun videos to make. The first one to talk about is the Hayden Got a New Daily video. This video was absolutely fun to film, and it showcased Hayden's 2003 Ford Ranger. I actually found out it was an 03 because we checked the owner's manual on it. And that means it is the same age as my Sport Track and has less than half the mileage. That truck has 90,000 miles exactly on the clock. Meanwhile, my truck has 227,200 miles. I just passed over that 200 today. And that's kind of been a fun video. I mean, we had a lot of fun with that. We got to hang out with everyone at night. And that's hopefully going to be the way it is going to be this week. And then the second video, which was a bit controversial actually. Everything to deal with the situation I've already talked about. If you've saw the apology video, blah, 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 that's already been taken down. I actually hit at that in Saturday's video, which I'm currently working on, but I will not be completing until later. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of that later on and what I've got, and you guys are going to like it because it is probably one of the best mods we could do to the truck on its current state until we go built motor with boost. And that's, of course, going to be a little while. The built motor, I have a timeline on that for right now, and that should be January, February, somewhere in that time zone. The motor will be done. And originally my plan was to do it next month, but money became an issue. Not due to saving, because I already actually had it covered. The job that I have was just to have extra funds lying around. It's kind of like insurance, I guess, where if something goes wrong with this motor build, if I need a seal, if I need gaskets, if I need a new intake manifold or new valve covers or something small like that, if I need to buy an entire new block, then I have the money together to do so. And that's kind of that. There's nothing to do with like how I'm saving money right now. I've actually already had the funds ready to go. I've actually got everything sorted out, but I won't be able to have these funds in my hands completely until January, February. So a lot of stuff's going to come in the future with that, and I just want to get the timeline out of the way so you guys could basically be ready for it, because coming next month, the beginning of next year, it's going to be a lot of build videos, a lot of engine build videos. A lot of the parts that are currently on the Sport Track are either going to change or be reused. Mainly the part that I have sitting behind the camera right now that you guys can't see, and I'll show you guys at the end of the video, just as a teaser for the next video, before I go work on homework. And of course, one thing of concern is the intake system, the air intake the truck has. Now, Michael has been talking about building carbon fiber and or fiberglass air intakes. It's kind of just a prototype, and I want to be one of the first to use that. Now, I also have the options of the Online Parts Pro intake that Josh has already designed, and I may go with that. I still have my stock tubing, which is what he uses. I haven't exactly figured out the logistics on what I want to do exactly with the air intake. I may do a completely custom rebuilt system. I may, for crying out loud, go buy a bunch of aluminum piping and do it myself. But all I know is it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good project. We're going to have a lot of stuff to do with this build. And the engine project, basically, if you really think about it, it's kind of getting underway now with what I've got behind me. But what I have behind me is nothing too big, but it is going to help the truck out a lot with power. So by that I mean about 5 or 6 horsepower, maybe at most. But anyway, that's beside the point. Anyway, what else have we done this month that has been special? Of course, we've had Caffeine Not Team Vlog, I believe 19. I've lost track of how many videos I've done. I got to meet up with that dude in blue. He actually got to see the truck for the first time in person. I've told him about the truck a million times when I ran into him, because I know he likes unique builds. I know he likes seeing stuff that's out of the ordinary. He drove a Corolla recently that was like that, a completely out of the ordinary build. And the Sport Track has been kind of the same. So we talked about it. I showed it to him. I told him a couple stories that I'd had about it since I've gotten it. And all in all, it came out pretty well. And I was gonna wait, but we are currently in the talks of, around the time the engine's done next year, once it's broken in, possibly shooting a review on the truck. So I got to get all that figured out in the motor first before I send the initial email to get things set up and scheduled, because I want to make sure the truck's in tip-top shape and the motor's good. You know, it's broken in so he can punch it and let it have it, because I want him to experience a built 4.0, because he's never, to my knowledge at least, he's never driven a 4.0 Ford, and I want him to experience a properly done 4.0. And by properly done, I mean something I don't touch, because I can't see him to build a motor. I can't build anything to save my life. So anyway, guys, another thing that happened this month that was quite incredible was, let's see, what's another good video we did this month? I'm trying to think. There's like a bunch of videos I could choose from. Shoot, the super vlog, the 3-day super vlog. It was the first time I've ever done anything like this, taking a vlog over multiple days. My original plan was to do something similar for the Panama City trip with Hayden, and we might be going, and speaking of that, we might be going on another trip in October for his birthday. I may be tagging along for that one. I hope. I need to get out of school for that. I need to get so much stuff done to be able to go on that trip. But I plan on doing a super vlog for that. I plan on doing one long video and releasing it at once. It was going to be probably about a 30-45 minute video, but it would include the activities of each day. But instead, I decided to split things up and do my usual upload schedule every 2 days, starting on, what is it? Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, yeah. I forgot my own upload schedule, and I fall over because ASD. Anyway. So the super vlog was fun. It covered everything from the day before my birthday, and then the Friday after. And originally that was going to cover also the festivities of that Saturday. We all got together and had a cookout. That's when I got the Drift Supra project. Now that's an RC car, like I've said, and I did the whole video on it. And that's going to be its own project series. I still need to figure out the logistics, what I need to do with that car to get it ready to do competition drifting in the RC world. Basically, it's going to be an entry-level car. And then down the road, if I want to change the body out, change the chassis out, get a proper build chassis, I'm going to do it. But that'll be years from now probably, because I want to focus on the truck first, because it's the real build of the channel. Then I also got the Switch, which was also showcased in that same video. The Nintendo Switch is by far probably one of the best things I bought this year. I've been nothing but happy with it. I haven't had anything I've hated about it. There's no gripes I have with the console. It's literally one of the best consoles I've ever bought. And the Xbox, you know, I hated paying online for Xbox Live. I can't buy backwards compatible games on the store for some reason. I don't have that big of a library for the Xbox. I don't play much more than racing games, because there's not a lot of games on the Xbox that I've really gotten into. I'm not a big FPS guy. I don't like Battle Royale games at all, like PUBG or Fortnite or anything like that. So my library on the Xbox is very small. And when I got my Switch, I wanted to branch out a little bit and get a bunch of games that I usually wouldn't play. Mainly the one I did have to get, which was obligatory, was Mario Kart. I've got Sonic Mania on, I got both of those on cartridge. And then I've got the Arcade Classics versus Super Mario Brothers on digital, and Pokemon Quest on digital. Now I plan on getting Mario Tennis Aces whenever I can. I was gonna get it on that video that I did last Saturday, but I didn't, because I wanted to wait for Hayden to buy it too, because I want to learn. I don't want it to be an unfair advantage like Mario Kart is. When me and Hayden play Mario Kart, literally Hayden just stomps me. So I want to have something we can learn together and be just as good as each other at. So I also plan on getting Mario Odyssey. I know that's a big one that everyone with the Switch has, and I want to get a hold of it myself one day. I've already played through a little bit of it, and I really liked it. And really, up until Smash Brothers comes out and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee come out, that's probably going to be the last games I buy for that thing, and just enjoy it. because it's a great console. And like I said, it's become like a project console. I'm going to tinker with it a little bit. And by that, mainly aesthetics. I want to be able to have this console and enjoy it to its fullest potential and, you know, enjoy it myself and have it look the way I want it to look. So I've been picking out a skin. And I've been trying to find the right websites to go through. I originally was going to go through Etsy. I did find a skin on Etsy that I really liked. But for some reason, I decided not to. And I chose instead to possibly be ordering the Decal Girl Retro skin, which makes it look like an NES. And I'm a big retro nerd. Part of the reason why I own Sonic Mania and versus Super Mario Brothers Arcade is because they're retro games. And I love retro games. So I wanted to buy those. And I want to buy the skin to match it up. And I've also been looking at the 8-bit Do NES 30 Pro controller, so I might buy that as well. Eventually. Probably not this check. Besides that, really, that's like the only thing I can really tell you about the Switch and the Supra RC Drift projects. Both of those are going to be getting underway very soon. Everything's going to have its own videos. You know, everything's going to be covered in depth, like how I want it to be. Now to get housekeeping out of the way for this week. Saturday, there will not be a Caffeine and Octane podcast. I know that probably sucks because I know a lot of you guys actually like the podcast, which makes me happy because I love doing the podcast. But I sadly have to work. They scheduled me to work till 9:30, and I'm not going to come home and do the podcast from 9:30 to 10:30. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but I'm not really feeling the idea of going to bed at 10:30 and I got to get home about 10 o'clock. So 10 to 11 a.m., getting 5 hours of sleep before Caffeine and Octane, and then going to work later on in the day. So I'd much rather just not do the podcast at all, get a good night's rest, and then go to Caffeine and Octane on a full tank of gas, in me at least, probably not the truck, because 93 is pricey, and enjoy it. And I plan on bringing the Sport Track again. Of course, things might change, so if I can bring the Sport Track, be sure to come find us. I'll be sure to have everyone parked up together. We plan on meeting with everyone. Kaysen, Michael, Hayden, the whole gang is hopefully going to be able to go. We might have both the Carbon Wrapped S2000, the Charger, the Ultima Coupe all in the same place for once. And to clarify, before it gets messed up, the Ultima Coupe is Kaysen's G35. We just like calling it that because it's just a long-running joke to call each other's car something they look like. They call my truck an F-150, I call Kaysen's car an Ultima Coupe, and I call Michael's car a Dart. So, yeah, it's fun. And we call Hayden's car a Viper. So that's like the only one that gets a proper compliment is Hayden's car, because there's not really, the S2000 is too good to hate on. But anyway, that's that. And there'll be no Caffeine Octane podcast this Saturday. Caffeine Octane Vlog 20 will hopefully come out Sunday. If I get that day off from work, I'll be coming home and editing it, and then maybe I'll do the podcast if I don't have to work that Sunday, because I know I asked for a later shift, but I don't know if they're going to give it to me off. So we'll see what happens. But if they give it to me off, great. I'll go ahead and just come home, edit the video, and get it out as soon as I can. And Caffeine Octane Vlog 20, I'm hoping will be really good. But I think that wraps up all the stuff I wanted to cover in the update portion of the video. The last thing I want to cover is what's sitting on the table. You guys a sneak peek for what's coming from the Sport Track very soon. Okay guys, this is it. We've got a 75mm Online Parts Pro Racing Throttle Body. Now I don't know if that's the full part name, I just know it's a throttle body that Josh from Online Parts Pro sent me. Like I said, 75mm, this thing is huge compared to my old one. I've got all the hardware I need to install it. I'm not going to be doing it today because I've got work in about 2 hours. I want to just chill out for a little while. I haven't had the greatest of days so far, and I want to just relax, get everything out of my head for the day, go to work, have a good night at work, and then deal with it this weekend. So the plan is to work on it on Sunday, possibly Sunday or Monday of next week, and possibly earlier than that. If I can get Hayden to come and help me, we might be able to do it Friday. So hopefully you'll see that very soon. I plan on it being Saturday's video, but if it's not, please don't get angry at me, because I don't know what I'm doing with this, because sadly there was no instructions, and I've never done anything with a throttle body before, so it'll be a fun experience to learn on, and hopefully I can get someone who knows how to put a throttle body on. Hayden's done it, so I know that he can do this, so I'm going to try to get him to come help me with it. Kaysen and Brandon as well might come and help me out with it later on. I'm just trying to find a day where we can all get together and do this. properly, because I don't want to have an issue where I do it today and then I can't go to work because something screwed up. So that's kind of that. That's why I'm not doing it today. But anyway, guys, that wraps up the update video. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys on Saturday with a Boosted Mafia video.